Hello and welcome back to Shaded Reality. I'm Anne and we're here with Marie and
Hello.
we are doing recording double episodes this morning. They'll go back out, they'll be posted at their typical days, but we're getting it done today. I feel like we always wait until the last minute and then we're like, when do you want to record? Are we going to do it Sunday night? Are we going to do it Monday night? And it just aligned today. And it is going to be so
Yes.
like a great feeling of just knowing like we got nothing this weekend. I mean we got things this
Nope.
weekend, but like I don't have to worry about stressing about taking notes or when we're going to record. The kids are at school.
Yes.
We're doing this Friday morning. We need to do this. Like try and make
Yeah,
this
we
work.
do.
Um
Yeah.
which then, once the kids are off for the summer, I have a feeling it may not work out again. But
Yeah.
so yeah, this weekend, well, tonight we are doing Jersey's 19th just birthday dinner, which I don't know if I told you,
Yeah.
change of plans. We're doing pizza. We're not doing smash burgers anymore. The more I thought about that,
I forgot that there was even a
oh,
menu.
yeah.
So
Pizza.
I wouldn't have
Pizza
even
and
noticed the
salad it is.
difference.
I got way too much shit going on. So yeah, we have that. What else is this weekend? Harlow has two soccer games. One Saturday, her like outdoor starts, and then, or no, I'm sorry. Saturday evening is her last indoor game, and then Sunday is her first official outdoor soccer game, which I don't even know what the
Yes.
weather's going to be because so crazy
I don't
here.
know.
Yesterday was what, 76 degrees?
Yeah. It was 81 when I left work.
Wow.
And then now it's 45
Yeah, which I think is
for a
supposed
high
to get up.
today or
Yeah.
something.
And then tomorrow is supposed to be even colder,
Crazy.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm ready for
I'm
that to be
so
over.
ready. And then it's like so dreary out. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
even care if it's cold ish, but like I need the sun shining. Like I need it in my life.
Yeah.
It just makes me feel so much better. Like the way I look
Yeah.
today, that's what the outside looks like. Just
Yeah.
not well.
You need to just drive out of the valley and go like an hour south of here. It's sunny at work every day. Like it's sunny at my job an hour south of here. But as soon as I start coming home, the clouds
Weird.
set in.
So
Yeah.
weird,
I think it's because of like the mountains or whatever. I don't know.
I guess. So you have any plans this weekend?
No. The girls have swim lessons, like, but that's super short, like an hour. Um, I don't know what we're gonna do. We're just working on the attic. We're at the point of mudding. Um, and so we'll probably be mudding and sanding. I don't really know. We don't have anything crazy going on this weekend at all.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I feel like I've had a million things, one thing after the other. And the fact like this is gonna be done and like, I don't know.
I know. I don't know what we're gonna do either. We have things to do, but it's not until like later in the day.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we can jump right in. I am doing episode 6, the Book of Conceit. So it,
Do you remember how we used to always use the word conceited? Like that was like a
oh my gosh, yeah,
like you were like ew, you're conceited or you're being
yeah.
conceited. Like that was huge when we were in high school. You did not want to be called conceited.
That and
And
another
like
word
we
that
don't
we
use
will
that
not
word ever
repeat.
anymore.
No, there's words that we
Yeah.
said so often. Ill, ill,
Yeah.
ill,
Ew.
ill.
Yeah.
If that was my kids now, I think I'd smack them. I'd be like, stop. What is, because I am like,
Yeah.
back then it didn't bother me, but when I'm thinking about it, I'm annoyed even thinking about it because that's how often I said ill.
When I started dating my husband, we were 17 or whatever, I remember like that was just a part of our vocabulary. Like we said ill for
Yeah.
everything. Like, it wasn't even when we were disgusted. Like, we were like, ill. Do you like, I don't know. We said it all the
Yeah.
time. And he was like, ill. Like, what are you talking about? Because, like, he, was like, he went to a different school. Like, he was not, well, he wasn't, obviously a part of our female fan group or whatever, but like, he didn't even understand that, like, language or the way we talked. And I remember him just looking at me like,
What's
what's
ill?
ill? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what's gross? And I'd be like, just like ill. He's like, no, I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Teenagers are very annoying
They
people.
really are. And then like, and I guess, we did the same thing, but they get hooked on a word. I wish that I could
Yeah.
remember. I had this young girl in my chair the other day, and she kept saying this one word over and over again, and wasn't even like making sense to why she was saying
Uh-huh.
it. Oh, I wish I could remember what it was. But I'm like, I stopped a couple times and I'm like, why does she keep saying this? Like, it was like, no doubt, but it wasn't that. Like, that's like
Yeah.
something that she, I don't know, she just kept saying the same thing over, no doubt, no doubt. But I can't remember. I don't know. But I was just like, why are you saying this? Is this like the new like word? Okay. So anyway, it continues back right where it left off from your episode. Dakota and Taylor, they're still sitting outside. Taylor is now at like that breaking down, hysterical, can barely breathe, just saying the same things over and over again. I just want someone to like be on my side. I want someone to understand, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
her side and what she's going through. Michaela and Jace come out to be mediators and make sure it doesn't like escalate into something worse than
Yeah.
what it is, which now knowing, you know what I mean, everything that happened, like at first I was like, what are they doing? Like, that's awkward.
Right.
I would never have walked out and just sat down during one of my friends
When
having,
friends are
yeah,
fighting.
this fight or like heart to
Yeah.
heart, whatever you want to call it. But now knowing what happened, it's
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, wow. Like, I understand, you know what I mean? Like, why Michaela was, worried and wanted to go out there.
Yeah.
Taylor was asking or asked if she's, holding on to Dakota to heal her wound from her biological dad. And her response was, maybe. I think that it's a lot. I don't think it's 100% her dad. It's definitely, and we'll see,
Right.
like her and Leanne's relationship is definitely rocky. I said, I feel like it's actually so sad for both Dakota and Taylor because I think as toxic and gross and crazy as their relationship is, like, I think that they do really love each other, but it's like Taylor's obviously never going to forgive him and he's never going to
Yeah.
change. I feel
No.
like it's such I can't even think of the word right now, but it's like Dakota puts himself out there as the victim. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
Taylor, this is up to you. I love you. You are the one who just needs to say, I want to be with you, but you won't allow it. You
Yeah.
tear me down. You do this. Why is she doing this, Dakota? Because you have
Yeah.
fucked her over from day one. There's no trust. I mean, I think that there's,
No.
and like, I feel like I do constantly keep taking Taylor's side, but Taylor also needs to be done. You know what I mean? She needs
Yeah.
to stop going back to Dakota. It's
Yeah.
just like a never ending, revolving, crazy door.
Cycle. Yeah.
Cycle, yes. They both, in the end, like things seem to calm down and they both agree to that they do need to move forward and make Ever their main priority. Taylor
Mm-hmm.
says going to the Bachelorette, she is hoping this will break this cycle between her and Dakota because she's going to be away from him. And I do agree.
Yeah.
I do. And I think that the girls even said when Taylor was away, there was like she was a different person. Like there was almost like this
Yes, I saw those
light,
comments.
that
Yes.
she needs to be away from him. So then it goes,
Maybe she needs to move to California.
yeah. Yeah, but how do you
Like,
do that with
get
children?
away. I don't know. She can't because
Yeah.
she has, children
It's
with another guy too.
unfortunate
But
that
yeah.
she is going to be in this never-ending chaos with him. I feel like if they're not separated completely and like not seeing each other, this is just going to continuously keep happening.
They need like a third party to even like do childcare switching. And like they literally can't see each other communicate, like at least for a while. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
So then it goes to the intro. Jen is talking to Mayci on the phone. She is at rehearsal and she's just telling her that she had like 5 mental breakdowns just because everything is starting
Hmm.
to really catch up to her. And I feel like
Yeah.
within these last 2 episodes, it has all come to a head for like all of the girls. They're doing
Yeah.
so much.
So
I mean,
much.
it's
Yeah.
such amazing opportunities, but it's like boom, 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 boom. Like you don't
Yeah.
want to say no, but then they're all like
Right.
kind of at their like breaking point because they like mentally and physically are starting to like lose their shit, which I
Yeah.
can't even
And they
imagine.
honestly didn't need to start filming again.
I
Like,
know.
nobody else films this
Right.
much.
Like let
And they all
them
had young
do
families.
their thing right
Yeah.
now and wait until that kind of
Yeah.
settles a little bit and then yeah, it's just like it is a
Yeah.
lot. It's recording,
Yeah.
reunion, Dancing with the Stars, Macy's book, like just all the and who knows
Yeah.
all the underlying promotions that they're getting
Yeah, they're going to
that
a
we don't
million
even
other
know about.
events and
Yeah.
podcasts and all kinds of things that they have going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jen says that she feels like Zach is living in the Jen show. And Mayci says that, she feels the same way about Jacob, but that Jacob is, super supportive of her and he's trying to help her in any way that he can. Now, I said, these are my thoughts. This is just how I feel on Zach. And I just said, like, I have a feeling that Jen gets a lot of hate. And I can only imagine her being away all day, rehearsal, trying to be, the wife, the mother, the provider. And
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, Zach gives her so much shit when she gets home. Like, I bet he makes her
Yeah.
feel guilty. Oh, you were
Yeah.
away all day. I did this today. I had to do this, this, and this because you're doing Dancing with the Stars. I can only
Yeah.
imagine he is
Yeah.
probably mentally breaking her down.
For sure. I am sure it's like your kids need you. Why aren't you paying attention? Why are you on your phone posting something? You've been away all day and now you're not paying attention to your kids. Like he probably does not give her a break and any little thing she does, it's like you weren't here. Like yeah, making her feel guilty, which is like the full opposite. And we're making that up. We
Right.
obviously aren't
Our
seeing
thoughts.
this. But yeah, but it's the full opposite of what we see from Connor, which is Whitney feeling like a bad mom and him being like, "I got it.
I got
I'm
it, babe.
handling that
Like,
stuff.
yes.
They don't need you right. I'm handling
Yeah.
their emotional needs. Like you're good. Like do what you need to
Yeah.
do.
Which in like
And it's
that's what
crazy
they
because you would never get that from a man.
know.
If a man is at work all day, at the office, or traveling for work, no one would ever be like, but you weren't there for your kids. Like, it wouldn't even be a thought that crosses anyone's mind.
And I do feel like, I have we have a quarter of what these women are going through. And I even feel this way. You know what I mean? Like, you work all day, then you come home and it's like, what's for dinner? What's I can't say schoolwork because I do nothing with Harlow's schoolwork. That is Skylar 100%. But like dishes in my sink, wiping down the counter. Sometimes it's 10, 11 o'clock at night and I'm loading the dishes. Like it's just, and
Yeah.
then you do feel like, oh, you also are, I feel like I'm being pulled in 3 different directions because it's like, my husband's trying to talk to me. My kids want my attention. You're trying to like get things done at your house. Like it's a lot. So just your normal day things and then adding all that extra onto it. I couldn't imagine. Like my
No.
TikTok freaking videos on my teeth. I'm done. I don't have
Yeah.
time for that shit. Like, one, I overthink things. Like, I can't just be like, and post. I would be like,
Yeah.
probably, which I mean, with those videos, I only did one, but I would probably go through, like, if I was posting videos all the time, like, I'd be like, nope, I don't like that. I'm doing it again. Nope, I don't like the way I look in that. I'm doing it again. You can't do that, or like that will consume your everyday
Yeah.
whatever. Whitney is home from rehearsal and she's telling Connor, she's feeling her new dance and she gives him a little taste of what she's doing. You can tell, like, you can see, like, Whitney is just beaming. Like, this is her
Yeah.
thing. Like, she is loving every part of, she is living her best life right now. And I said, Connor is the absolute most freaking supportive husband. I also think that
He
Jacob is
is.
super supportive of Macy's career too. But Connor is Whitney's like biggest cheerleader. And you never
He
once hear
is.
that man complain about being at home all day with the kids.
No.
He just makes me
Yeah.
smile so much. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't
He
really
just
love Connor in the beginning of season 1, but I'm really loving him. Like, I just,
yeah. You can just see how much he loves
yeah,
her, which is just so important.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he is so supportive of her. Like, it just makes me so happy for her in this moment. So Whitney gets a phone call from her agent telling her that she will be starring in the movie All for One. So it's a Christmas movie that's coming out in, I think,
Yeah.
this year. And she's also going to be
Probably.
the executive producer of this movie.
Producer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and
I don't know what that involves, but that's exciting.
I guess making the, like, the calls,
Decisions.
the
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I guess she can say, nope, I don't like that, let's cut it, or let's add this,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. I have no
Um,
idea how it works.
but she's like the main character in this movie.
Mm. Yeah.
So her and Connor are beyond excited. And then it shows
Yeah.
a clip, and tell me if I'm wrong here, but it shows this clip of Whitney when, I'm assuming she's younger because she does not look anything like what she looks like right now. And it shows it says, people think you're crazy when you move to LA to act. So I'm assuming she tried acting and it didn't work out in the past.
Oh, I don't
It was like
know.
when she had blonde hair, and it was like, I don't know if it was a
Yeah.
TikTok or what it was, but it was like,
Yeah.
caption, when you move to LA to act and people think you're, crazy or whatever, like something
Yeah.
like that.
I was watching this morning when the kids were getting ready, so I wasn't like staring at the screen.
Okay.
So I probably wouldn't have saw anything that was like written. I was probably listening more than I was
Yeah.
watching.
So I just said, well, now all of her dreams are coming true. And I
Dreams.
love that.
Yeah.
So Whitney's so excited, but also, starting to feel overwhelmed. And she says that she's not sure what she's going to even do about mom talk. Connor immediately is like, I think LA might be our new home base. And I agree. I mean, if she's
Yeah.
going to be in a movie, I mean, clearly
Mm-hmm.
Dancing with the Stars isn't forever. But then, now we know she got, the Broadway show Chicago. So now she's doing
Right.
that.
Yeah.
I mean, she just
Yeah.
has so much happening right now, which, good for you, Whitney. Whitney does say that if it wasn't for mom talk, she wouldn't be where she is, which is 100% true. And that's why I
Yes.
feel like I have such mixed feelings about all of this, because it's like, yes, mom talk was their stepping stone, but you also want
Mm-hmm.
to stay with mom talk because you wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for that. But when do you
Right.
say, like, wow, we have so much in our own lives right now that mom
Yeah.
talk is kind of the back burner? I don't know. I just
Yeah.
have,
Yeah. I just feel like in this instance, and what they're specifically talking about is supporting a friend
yeah.
versus supporting mom talk. And I was kind of not on the same page with them because I've been like a mom who has to travel for work, etc., and like hop on a plane and do like honestly, if she's like has so much going on and is like that like exhausted, she's going from California to Utah. She's not like doing a cross continental flight or something. You know what I mean? Like it's not that big of a deal, and it's kind of it could be her time to rest or to like do some social media or like not have like all of the things where like she has to worry about her kids and worry about her husband. And like so I think I was not a fan of the decision she made to not support Mayci.
Well, I'm going to touch base on that. You're getting too far ahead.
Yeah.
You're not even there yet.
Well, that's what they're talking about right now, right?
No, they're not talking about that yet. Not about going to.
I thought they were talking about her leaving.
No, they're just saying that she's not sure, how Mom Talk's gonna, work out for her with all her opportunities that are coming up.
Yeah.
But I just said, like, the more opportunities there will be, like, they're going to have all these opportunities, but they're not going to last forever. So I say take them while they're here. I don't know. That's just.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, this is their lives. They're making money. This is, like, they could retire and not do anything by the time they're 35 years old. You know what I mean? Do the things while they're here because this might not be here forever. So back in Utah, Taylor is with her sister and they're going to meet Lianne. This whole situation, I don't even know. I have so many mixed feelings about all of this. And I feel like it's more because like we're moms and I feel, and I'll get into it here in a second, but like having an older daughter so Lianne asked Taylor, how LA went, and Taylor told her that, Dakota showed up and how he's telling everyone that he wants to be with her, but, it's up to Taylor in the end. And Lianne's like, yes, it is, Taylor. It is up to you in the end. But then she's like, but, like, he is the one who screwed it up. And if you want to be with him, and that's your decision, if you want to be miserable for the rest of your life. Which, again, she's not wrong. It's the way that she says it. So Taylor, she's agreeing with Lianne and she's like, nope, you're right. I do understand that. And then Lianne says, did you sleep with him in LA? Taylor instantly gets defensive. And she's like, no, I didn't. Why would you ask that? She says, I was just wondering because he was there. And again, Lianne knows her daughter.
Yeah.
In this situation, I would have done the same thing with my daughter. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Taylor and her do have a close relationship. Taylor does tell her things. But then when Lianne calls her out on it, Taylor gets pissed. It is such a fine line because I understand both sides. But I also feel like I deal with the same thing with my daughter. Like Jersey and I have this relationship. And it's like, I want her to tell me things. And I try my hardest not to make faces and not to say things. But as also like as a mother, you want to protect your kid. And you want to be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But I know that they also just want you to be like, supportive and there for them in the moment.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
And not feel judged.
Yes.
And like she felt judged when Lianne asked that question.
I know. And I feel for both of them. So Taylor's sister starts laughing and Lianne's like, why are you laughing? Taylor then gets very angry and starts going off on her mom.
Yeah.
Taylor says, I would never admit anything to you because of your reaction. She says that she immediately saw disgust in Lianne's face and her reaction would be that she didn't want to tell her anything at all.
Yeah.
And that's when I said, in this moment, I'm feeling for Lianne a little bit with having, a 19-year-old. I feel this sometimes because I am such mom, like our mom. My face says it all. I don't even know I'm making faces sometimes. And I will say I couldn't stand this when I was younger with mom's face. I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
Just freaking tell me. Like, you can see it all over your face. You're annoyed. Like, just tell me what is going through your mind. That is me now. And it's like, I try so
Mm-hmm.
hard, but I'm just like, oh God, like I'm doing all the faces. I always want my kids to come to me for advice and be able to lean on me for support in any way. So like I know I don't always say the right things, and I also seem to come across as not being supportive, but that's not the case at all. Like I I know like Jersey gets pissed off at me. Like we're trying to work on our relationship this way because it's like I I don't know. And we'll get to it later, but like when they have that mother-daughter therapist, like sometimes like I
Yes.
think that that's great for a mom and daughter to
Yeah.
have, a third party to listen to you, and I would love for Jersey and I to do that because like Jersey and I are very close, but I do feel like I say the wrong things to her and then like she gets upset and like I want us to work
Mm-hmm.
on that and I don't want that to happen. So like
Yeah.
I don't know, like this just hit hard for me a little bit for Leanne and Taylor. So I feel like this is just like a never-ending discussion and she just wants the best for Taylor in the end. I do really think that Leanne wants that. Taylor's does say that she doesn't want her judgment and for her to, call her stupid and an idiot and for, the
Yeah.
things that she's doing. One, I would never say that stuff about my kid. I would never call them
Yeah.
stupid or an idiot. So I will say I
No.
do feel like there's more to this situation that's stemming
Yes.
that I don't agree with.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but then 10 seconds later, Leanne starts talking about, the 10 commandments and that, you should honor thy mother and father. It doesn't say that you should honor thy child. Leanne, like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. Have we not learned, like, we have to respect our kids too,
Absolutely.
especially when they're adults? Like,
I think
come
that that was
on.
a kind of bullshit, like,
Yeah.
comment. But Taylor says, did I sleep with Dakota? Or she goes, I'm sorry. Taylor says, after she says the 10 commandment thing, whatever, I did sleep with Dakota. And then once again, I'm annoyed with Leanne because then she says exactly what Taylor says she was going to do. Leanne looks at her and she's like, really? That was so stupid. You're so dumb. Like,
Yeah.
literally exactly what Taylor just told you. I'm just like, Leanne,
Yeah.
shut up. So then I get
Yeah.
annoyed with her immediately.
And then those are the same things we hear Taylor repeat because, like, that's her voice in her head.
Yeah.
Her mom is that, like, negative talking voice
Yeah.
in her head. And it just makes me so sad for
know.
Taylor.
So then Taylor and Lianne, like they go back and forth with it, like tit for tat on who had the worst relationship because Lianne's talking about her, relationship with Taylor's dad and how toxic it was.
Yeah.
Taylor saying it was almost kind of like, well, who had the worst relationship?
Yeah.
I thought that
Yeah. Taylor's like, did you get divorced? Did you have a miscarriage?
right.
Did you? And I'm like, okay, Taylor, it's not a competition
Yeah.
of who was in a more
Abusive.
abusive, toxic relationship. Like, my God.
So then Leanne asked Taylor, are you going to go on The Bachelorette as the wild pineapple girl? Did you not hear that? Taylor was
No,
like,
I don't think I clocked it.
oh my
No.
gosh. She goes, well, what is this going to be? You're going to be known as the wild pineapple girl? And Taylor was like, what does that even mean, Leanne? Like, please explain that. Then she calls Taylor a bitch and she says, then Taylor's like, look at you as a mother calling me a bitch. And then I just said, listen, it is hard being a parent. And I honestly do think the way that Taylor is talking to her mom is not okay. Like, in this
Yeah.
situation, do I feel like Leanne is saying some hurtful, nasty things? Yes. They're both talking nasty to each other. It's not okay either way. Um,
Yeah.
Taylor's poor sister is put in the middle. She like kind of gets up and then she's like, I think we all need to work on things. And then Leanne says something like, well, Taylor's perfect and she doesn't need to work on anything, and like walks away.
Yeah.
Then
Her
it
mom
goes
can be very immature in these
yes.
situations,
Yeah, I
and it
agree.
doesn't help at
Right.
all.
Yeah. Michaela is still in LA. She was recommended by someone to see this leading stem cell doctor. So she is staying longer to get these treatments. She says after she had Lottie, her flare ups came back full force. I feel awful for her. I can't even imagine.
I
And
know.
she's not a complainer. Like, she'll like make videos, just like, like the struggle and everything. But as far as like,
Hmm.
is she in pain? Is she, you know what I mean? Like, she never
Yeah,
kind of
I
like
don't
goes
know.
into detail on like what
Hmm.
what it feels like or like what she's
Yeah,
going through.
beyond us seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how it like actually affects her beyond like feeling uncomfortable in her own skin
Yeah.
because of like the way it looks. So, yeah, is it itchy? Is it
Yeah.
painful? Is it like what? Yeah, I don't know.
So Whitney came to her appointment to support Michaela. But in confession, Whitney has to say that she had a brand deal in Utah and she hurried and caught a flight back to LA to make it to Michaela's appointment to support her. Like she had to
Yeah.
put that in there, not just like,
Yeah.
I'm here to support her.
She had to get back to LA anyway for freaking Dancing with the Stars.
Exactly. So
So,
what?
that's where they're
Your
living.
20-minute show up for actually your job because you are being filmed.
Yeah.
Y- yeah, like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
I get Whitney is insanely busy. Mom Talk Kinda, Dancing with the Stars, brand deals, the movie she's starring in, and then also being a wife and mother. Like, I can't imagine juggling everything, but I don't like it, just annoyed me that she had to point that out.
Yeah. At one point, they said that they like dance for 5 hours a day. And I was like, I honestly thought it would be a lot more.
I,
Now, I don't know if it was like
yeah,
dancing 5 hours, but then they have like costume stuff or
yeah.
like
I mean, if you
other
think that's a typical
things.
job, I mean, like, not even a typical
I
job, eight
know.
hours is a
That's
typical
not,
job.
yeah. So if you add in like the costume stuff or like making social media posts, because I know there was a lot of
Yeah,
that during Dancing with the Stars. Okay, you work a 9 to 5.
yeah. A
I
typical
don't.
being away from your
Yeah.
family. Sometimes people work longer than
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I know none of these women know what that's like
Mm,
because they've all been at
yeah,
home and just do this stuff and like show up to brand deals, etc. But yeah,
yeah.
like
I know.
I don't know. I don't want to downplay it.
No,
I've never been on
because
like the
dancing, even for
physical
five
and all of
hours,
that.
that's a lot. That's a lot of
Yes.
cardio, a
Yes.
lot of, I would be
Yeah.
exhausted. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like they're
But like
away from their
me
family.
and you have also worked blue collar jobs for 8 hours a day where we're
Yeah,
doing physical
8 to 10
things.
hours a day,
Yes, sometimes, yeah, we'd
even
have
longer.
overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Michaela is getting these like shots all over her face and in her neck, and like
Yeah.
Whitney keeps looking away, which would totally be me. Like, I don't
Yeah.
mind getting like a shot. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't mind it. I don't love it, but I'm not gonna like freak out about it. Or like getting blood taken, but I can never look. Like, I always have to look
Really?
away.
I watch it. Like as they're putting the needle in my arm, I
I think
watch
that's
it.
fucking weird. Jersey does that. Jersey does that. And the first time
I
I
mean, I
noticed, I
don't
was like,
like enjoy watching it, but like I just it's happening to me, so I just
I think I
look.
would
I
pass
don't
out.
know.
But
Oh,
yeah, I
really?
have to look away. I don't love it.
Yeah. No, I always watch it.
She talks about Jace, wanting to her to heal and that, like they can work on their sex life later. He's
Hmm.
the most patient man. At least what we're seeing. He seems to be
Maybe.
very
Yeah.
patient. I don't know what is behind closed doors. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Now Whitney does say, "Oh, he's such like an amazing man. He's a god." Something like that. And Michaela agrees. She's like, "He is
Yes.
so wonderful." So I
Yeah.
feel like if that was me and if my husband was giving me backlash and being like, "Oh, we're not having sex again," blah blah blah, whatever, in that moment I probably would have been like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's great.
amazing."
Yeah.
Jesse and Mayci, show up at Taylor's house. Jesse has her daughter with, and can I say, she is the cutest freaking
Hmm.
little girl. I love watching her
Yeah.
Instagram videos that her daughter's in. She just reminds me of this little Cabbage Patch doll. I love
Yes.
her. Oh my gosh, she's so
She
cute.
Jessie must be the tiniest little thing ever because I saw like a social media post of like someone like saw her out and she was carrying her daughter, and her daughter's young, like toddler age or whatever. It's not like she's like a 7-year-old. And it was so funny because Jessie looked like she was almost like carrying like someone so much bigger, but I'm like, that's a toddler, but Jessie's so short and
Jessie
tiny,
is
and
very
it just looked
tiny.
funny.
Like
Yeah.
super thin. Like I have
Yes.
noticed this season how thin she
They
is.
all got very
Hmm.
thin. I feel like I mean, even like looking at Michaela's social media, she's insanely thin right now.
I noticed that also. They almost have like,
The only, yeah, the only one who looks like a normal person. I don't, normal is relative or whatever, but like just looks like good.
healthy.
Like they all healthy. Yeah, is Mayci. Everyone else kind of like, I don't know if we know Whitney did Ozempic. I don't know. They all are in that like I'm videoed. I need to be insanely skinny and I don't,
Yeah.
it makes me
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
And I always thought all the women looked good. You know what I mean? But I feel like
Yes.
they're taking it to the next
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
So Taylor tells the girls about what happened with her mom. They talk about how, like they kept things from their parents because they didn't feel comfortable confiding in them. And they were so afraid to tell them the things because of the church and how they were raised. So I just feel like, like Mayci says that her parents thought, she was a virgin until she told them that she was pregnant. I
Yeah.
can't imagine having that relationship with my girls. Like we are very
Yeah.
open and honest in our house, and like I always want them to have that comfort. So I just feel like they are trying to like turn the pages of, like their parents. It's just been going down from generation, and like they want to be like the new, like they want their kids to be able to talk to them and it's not be like
Yes.
taboo. You know what I mean? To talk about, sex and relationships. And, like poor Macy was scared to tell her parents that she was being sexually assaulted because of what they were going to
Yeah.
say. That breaks my
Yeah.
heart.
Because sex is so stigmatized that you actually feel like you did something
Yeah.
wrong or you're gross or yeah, I never want to like put that much pressure or like about anything that my kids could do
Yeah.
wrong. Anything.
Right.
And not that sex is wrong, but like yeah, I don't know why there is like, and I don't think it is so much anymore in like the average everyday world.
Yeah.
They're still living in a different world with the church, but like even like just basic Christian religions and stuff where like so much emphasis is put on sex. It's ridiculous. Like it's crazy. I don't know.
So back in LA, Whitney and Connor are talking to the kids, taking the kids to a pumpkin patch. Connor says that he's happy to get, the kids out and do some family things because I'm sure,
Mhm.
like it's hard with Whitney's schedule to do anything with all of
Yeah.
them together.
She's working 5 hours a day.
He looks at Whitney and asks, how she's doing, and she just like breaks down. She's
Yeah.
having so much mom guilt and says that she has, literally felt like she's done nothing for Billy, their baby. Connor says, you
Yeah.
do not need to worry about that, and I have it covered, I promise. Whitney
Yeah.
says that she's just so overwhelmed, it just feels like a bad mom. And
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Like, we would all feel this. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like women are so hard on ourselves. Like, I'm not
Mhm.
doing half the things that these women are doing. And like, I feel like, again, I just said this, like being pulled in multiple directions. So it's
Yeah.
like, you want, like, clearly, like, Whitney wants a career, but then, like, she doesn't know how to balance it all. And it's just hard. So I don't know. Like I get it. Like I feel
And they all have those young
young
kids
kids,
ages that are like
toddlers.
below 5, where like
They're
your kids
busy.
just want 100% of your
Yes.
attention all the
Play, play,
time.
play.
So like I can't even imagine. Yeah, play with me, watch
Yes.
me, do the, like they're not at that age where they will like independently go off and do something yet, and like that has to be so
Yeah.
hard.
Okay, so now we're getting to the part about mom talk in the plane. So
Yeah.
Whitney says that, she doesn't even have the energy to hop on a plane and go to Macy's book tour.
Mm,
So this is when I said I have mixed feelings on this. One,
yes.
she is getting the entire thing paid for from
Yes.
production. A car
Hmm.
is going to be taking her to the airport. Another car
Yes.
is picking her up, taking her to Macy's thing. I'm sure she's having hair and makeup. You show up.
Yes.
Like, this is also your job. You have to think of this as a
Yes.
job. You're not just going to support your
Yeah.
friend. Like, yes, you're supporting Macy, but you're also working.
Hmm.
On the other side of things.
And yeah, everything you're describing, there's such a small mental and physical workload here for her. Like, she's not having to, oh, I got to book tickets. I got to book a ride. I got to get this.
Everything's
Like,
being
it's
done
not
for
like
her.
we would have to do. Yeah. She just literally
Show up.
needs to be there. Yes.
Which is not any different from her everyday life of doing all her other things. You know what I mean? So it's not.
Yeah.
And so this is what I said. So I'm like, listen, on the other side of things, if I'm in rehearsal 7 days a week, away from my kids all the time, not sure how much time goes into what she's doing, you're not getting a day off, and say this specific time you have a day off, and I would choose my family over doing something like that in
Right.
that moment. But I
Yeah.
don't think that that's the case. So,
No. And this was already scheduled.
yes.
This was like on her work schedule. This is like calling out sick.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When you're not sick. Like that's what this
And use
is.
this
Like it's not.
opportunity to take a little cat nap on the plane, or to do more
Yeah.
social media. It's not like,
Yes.
yeah, I don't know. So Connor tells her, like she needs to take care of herself, and that if Macy is a good friend, she will understand. Whitney says, well, she didn't understand the first time. And Connor says, well,
That's not a good.
no.
I didn't like
No.
that. That was not. No.
Nope. And Connor says, well, I would hope things would change. I said, I don't think that you had a legit reason for not showing up to her baby mama event, Whitney. So
No.
do not use that as, to do with what's happening here, because that was a completely different circumstance.
Yeah.
So Taylor, that's the end of that. Taylor reached out to a genealogist in search of finding something about her father. I don't even know why they put that in there, because I thought that that's the scene that was happening, and it is not. Then,
No, she just calls in the car
Yeah,
and then
and
that's
then
it.
that was it.
Yeah.
Taylor also hired a therapist who specializes in mother-daughter relationships, and had
Mhm.
Lianne come over to her house for a session. This is where I say I would honestly love to do this with Jersey. I feel like, we both sometimes misunderstand each other, and I actually might look into this for us. I think that I don't even know if there's
Yeah. I think it would be helpful.
somebody in this area, I would imagine.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
So Lianne asks the therapist, how does a parent their adult kid, and tells her everything that and explains, like, how do I parent her with,
Yeah.
how am I trying to say this? Pretty much everything that she had told Taylor was going to happen happened
Yes.
in a roundabout way.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So the therapist says that I think that daughters just want to be heard. And like that's where that hit me. And I was like, that's so true. They don't necessarily want you to fix things and give your opinions. They just want to be listened. And this is what I really need to work on with Jersey. And I just listen to her, and And I don't think that in my mind I'm making judgment, but me just making the comments is the judgment part.
Yeah. Listen and
Yes.
support, I guess, is it.
So
Yeah.
Taylor just says that she feels controlled and, wants the support from her mom. She says at the end of the day, I just want somebody to choose me. Like, and that's all she wants is
Yeah.
just somebody to
Yeah.
choose Taylor. Lianne
Yeah.
says that, she struggles because she sees some of the same traits that she went through in Taylor, and she doesn't want Taylor to struggle like she did, and she just wants the best for her children in a roundabout.
And we all have that as moms or as just parents in general.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, I learned these lessons. Like, I don't want you. But then also as a person, an individual, no one can tell you shit. Like, you got to experience
You
your
have
own
to
life
learn from
stuff.
them.
Like, there's no one that can give you experience. You have to just go through it. It is what it is. And like, we forget that. I think as you get older and older, you start to forget how frustrating it is to get unsolicited advice.
Yeah.
And like,
I know for a
you want to
fact.
start giving it because you just want to be helpful,
Yeah. Like mom and
And
dad
yeah,
told
it's
me so many things when I was younger. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen, and I'm just like, yeah, okay. And I did.
yeah.
Like I went through some, tough life learning lessons, but I'm kind of glad that I did because I did learn from that. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
know that I'll never make those mistakes again. And
Hmm.
yeah, we do. We just need to let our kids like learn from their mistakes and just be there to support
Yeah.
them and someone to lean on.
Yeah.
So it is book launch day, and the girls did like a little brunch before the book signing event. Mayci tells the girls that Whitney called her last night crying and that she is just exhausted and overwhelmed and is not going to be able to make the event. Jessie is
Yeah.
pissed. She says that she
Yes, she
never told
is.
production.
Legit reason. Yeah.
And that she wasn't coming and just ghosted everyone, which is totally
That
fucked
is
up.
Whitney. Why does Whitney do
I
that
know.
stuff? I don't get it. Be a grown up.
And then that's when
Like, sometimes I feel like her and Connor are so mature and like different level, blah, blah, blah. And then she does this shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is wrong with you? It was a phone call, a text message. Like,
I'm exhausted.
you made the decision. Yeah. Do I agree with it? No. But like, come on. So I looked it up and it says Dancing with the Stars celebrity schedules is a daily commitment. Often involves 4 to 5 hours of rehearsal, plus sometimes there's extra on costume fitting days and media, like social media. So we'll say 6 to 7 hours, okay? Not even a full work day for the average non-celebrity human being. And that's from Wednesday to Sunday. Mondays are camera blocking days. So all they do is like the stage camera blocking, which means there's probably tons of sitting around because only one team can be on the stage at a time or whatever. And then and some dress rehearsals. So again, they're taking turns. And then Tuesdays are their big day. So that's like their overtime day. That's when they do their 12-hour live show. But okay. Like,
not to
normal.
discredit them and not saying it's
I'm not.
exhausting,
No.
but that's typical. That is a typical
Yeah.
less than a
Yeah.
typical work day. What do they think people
Yeah.
in like construction and
Yeah.
like they work 10 plus hours a day nonstop.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like
Physical.
jobs.
Yeah. Same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not trying to like diminish
Yeah.
it, but I'm also like,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Like, it's not outrageous. They're
Right.
not doing this for 10 to 12 hours a day
I
or
just assumed,
something.
honestly, that's what it was. Like
Yeah.
dancing for 10 hours a day. So Mayci says that Jen is also not coming and that she said that she's sick, but they're not sure if they believe her or not. I guess Mayci does not like sickness. Like she gets like cringy. So if somebody's sick, she's like, stay away from me. So they're
Stay
like,
away.
is Jen using that as an excuse or is she
Yeah.
really sick? So
Yeah.
all the girls are a little annoyed because, they all show up for Dancing with the Stars. They post every Tuesday for them. And then when it comes to support for Mayci, it's almost kind of seems like what they're doing right now is more important than,
Isn't it?
yeah,
Yes.
which is
Yeah.
shitty. Jessie says when she was going to choose Unwell over Mayci, Whitney was the first one to make a comment.
Yes.
Whitney actually even told Mayci that she would host the event for her
Host it.
if Jessie
Yeah.
wasn't going to do it.
Yeah. She said, like, I'll take one for the team or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
So when Jessie
And then she can't even show
Yeah.
up.
when Jessie found out that Mayci was disappointed that, she wasn't going to be at her event, she immediately canceled. So Miranda then in confession says that it's not a great look that Whitney came back to Mom Talk to just do, like the Dancing with the Stars. However, people kept making sure that she knew that she was coming back for clout. Love this. Miranda says, which was wrong?
Too.
It was for money. And I'm like,
With money.
yes, girl. I love that honesty. And I would have done
Yeah.
the exact same thing as everyone in America
Yeah.
would have also. Like,
Yeah. I was
Girl.
getting a divorce. I needed a fucking job.
yeah.
And so this
like-
opportunity was there. I'm taking it.
and she was one of the very first Mom Talk girls. So she 100%
Yes.
had all the rights
Deserved.
to go
Yeah.
back into Mom Talk. And when she saw how big it was getting,
Yeah.
I would have been like, you're putting me back on that show. I'm going to sneeze.
Yeah. Bless you.
Oh my God, I turned my microphone off. That would have been so loud. Okay, so the girls think that Whitney got what she wanted and that they wouldn't be surprised if she never comes back to Mom Talk. I
Yeah.
do, and this is my
That's
thing.
not a good
I
look.
feel like Whitney's always going to keep Mom Talk right here because whenever
Yeah.
she needs something, she's going to use that as her, like stepping stone to
Get
get into something. So, like,
I don't.
say all the girls on Mom Talk get this huge deal. Then Whitney's going to be involved because she's going to want that.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah. I don't like that.
No.
I don't like
I don't
it.
like it either.
I feel
But that's what she's going to do.
I feel like Mayci always gets shit on.
I know.
Like, it seems like nobody ever takes anything she does seriously, and she's like one of the hardest workers. Like, I don't know. I don't like it.
The girls call. So Mayci leaves because she has to go and sign some books before like everyone gets there. The girls call Jen, and she is actually really sick and super sad that she couldn't be there to support Mayci.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, we were wrong on that. So Mayci is signing all the books and she's putting Jacob to work. She has him go outside and take a video of him like running down the sidewalk, smacking hands with everyone and like pumping up the crowd. I love this. And I think it's so sweet of him that he, like he's doing all the things for her.
Yes.
My husband would never do that.
Yeah.
If I said, you
No.
go outside, he would look at me and be like, Jersey, he would call one of the girls and make them do it. I know he would never put himself out there like that. Like he almost, and like we make fun of him because it's like he doesn't want to embarrass himself. But he says not. I don't care. I don't care if I embarrass myself, but I know that's what it is. Like he's not that type of person.
Yeah.
So when they said that Jessie would be hosting the event, I'm not sure what I thought was going to happen, but I didn't realize it was her standing on this small stage, literally saying,
Yeah.
and here's Mayci Neely.
Yeah.
That's it.
I thought it was like she was throwing a party.
Yes.
Kind of thing, like they had done for other stuff. So like the venue was weird to me, that it was like an auditorium and like it wasn't like decorated, like the stage wasn't even really like, I kind of expected it to be like more of like a party mixer kind of
And I
situation.
will say, I think that if they would have done more of a mixer type that, they would have had so many more people. Me First of all,
Yeah.
being this like nobody and being invited and buying a ticket to an event like
Yeah,
that,
to their parties.
oh my God,
Yeah.
it would have blown up. But it was
Yeah.
a auditorium, sit down. There were so many extra seats. I felt like it
Uh-huh.
was they did it wrong. Like it
Yeah.
should have been
Yeah.
something completely different. I think she could have
Yeah.
had so much more if it would have been done differently.
More like her baby mama event or like any of those
Yes,
other things.
absolutely.
Like where it was like
Yeah.
tables and a party and drinks, and she still could have got up and talked and read from her
Answer
book or whatever
questions.
she was doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When there's food and drinks involved, it's always a good time.
Yeah.
So Taylor is meeting with the genealogist that she hired to get some answers about her dad.
I keep thinking you're saying like a genie. Like every time you say it.
Am I saying
Like Aladdin. No, it's just every time you say it, like immediately I'm like, why is she a genie? I don't know. It's just me.
So this woman created like a family tree and says that she was able to contact two of the people from her dad's side, and Taylor ends up finding out that she has two half siblings, which
That's crazy.
yeah. Taylor says that she has so many questions, like, did her dad ever talk about her? Did he ever mention he had children? Does his parents know about her? Does the siblings know that they have, like, because I'm sure Taylor is such a known person. I bet you her siblings don't even know that Taylor, like, could you imagine that?
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
No. So I wanted to look because my husband's family tree, she said his last name is Wilkinson. Well, his family tree is all Wilkinsons. And I was like, oh, maybe I need to, because we have,
but yeah,
no, we have ancestry.com, which is what that lady used because it looks like that. Like we've done that whole thing. And I'm like, I need to go back and look at his and see how far it goes. Because she never said his full name, but the lady said the last name.
Yeah.
And I was like, did she add Taylor Frankie Paul in so I can go look to see if, like, could you imagine? I go look and now it's like Taylor Frankie Paul.
I know, but it says two half siblings and that would be three.
Yeah. No, I don't think he's a sibling because I know who my husband's father is. And his last name isn't a Wilkinson. I just mean distantly, like the cousins or.
Oh, I didn't know what you were trying to say there.
No, I don't think he's sisters or brother or sisters with Taylor.
Oh my God, I took that way too literal. Like, I was like, where is she going with this? Because
no, because, yeah, no, that's not my husband's last name. Or
I know, and I didn't even know that last name. So I was like, what are you talking about? But
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So she says that it's, so wild, and she seems to be super excited about it. And that was it. That was the end.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So, and the next episode.
We're more than halfway through.
I know.
We only have 2 more weeks after this.
Looks real good, the next one. So.
Yeah. I wonder what they're going to do about a reunion. Like, I haven't seen anything. Like, you know how they usually announce it a week or 2 in advance? I haven't seen a thing.
And I feel like, honestly, one of the women said, somebody asked them that question, and they're like, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody just not on, like, Mom Talk was talking about it, and no one seems to know anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I have a big problem because there's a lot of people that are just like us that literally don't know shit talking. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, did you hear this? And then I'm like, they don't know either. Yeah. Like, we're all out here just using, like we all can buy a cheap mic and say whatever the hell we want. Right. And that's the problem.
I know. All right. So I guess that's it. You want to say your little ending?
Thanks for listening. Yeah, follow us on all the things. You could do it too.
All the things. Follow us on all the things. Facebook. Please give us likes and downloads on Spotify and Apple Podcast. We need those. Um, send us.
We're
We're
at
at
Shaded
Shaded
Reality
Reality
Pod,
Pod. Yeah,
Instagram and
Instagram.
TikTok.
You do it so much better.
5-star reviews, leave us comments. Those all help get us up the charts on the algorithm. If you have any negative comments, send us an email. We would love to have a chat and learn from your comments. Yeah. Thanks for listening. We appreciate every download, every listen. If you have anything you want to chat about, things we talked about, we do have a Facebook group. Please join us there and let us know your thoughts.
Happy
Talk to you
Thursday.
later. Happy Thursday.
Bye.
Bye.